welcome back to my channel. It's Megan with Morning Coffee here for another video. On this channel, we talk about planning and organizing and productivity and goal getting. And if you liked this video, if you clicked on it, you will probably love the rest of the videos on my channel. Please subscribe so that I can hit a goal of 1,000 subscribers here in 2020. And so you can join in the comments below and all of the discussion that we have about pursuing your own version of more and loving the way that you feel while you do it. Today, we are talking about what happens when you come back from vacation or some time off. Right now, I'm recording this in the summer of 2020, so there's really not a lot of travel actually happening due to COVID-19. But I bring this up because this past weekend, my husband and I took a long weekend to go up to my family's vacation cabin, and we were gone for about 5 days. It wasn't a crazy big vacation. We just drove there. We stayed at our family's cabin, like very safe and very secure for COVID and stuff like that. But when you come back from a time away from your work and your home, whether it's just a couple of days or a full-on vacation, there's always things that have to get done when you get home. And I hope that during this COVID season, you're being a little bit more creative about where you can go and how you can do it and how you can take some time off. Even if you're just doing a staycation or going to a hotel or campground in your own city, hopefully you're finding some time to get away and rejuvenate and relax and reflect. I just came back from a weekend like that, so I'm going to take you through what I did when we got home to kind of pull my life together to go back to real life. So right now it is Tuesday afternoon. We got back from our little trip on Monday night. So it is now the following afternoon, and I'm going to backtrack and kind of take you through what I've done already today and what I'm going to continue to do to prepare to go back to real life. I actually have to work tonight, so I started my prep last night, and then I'm continuing it into today. So I'm going to take you back and show you what I've already done this morning to get back on track, and then I'll take you through the rest of what I am doing to get my life together after vacation. All right, guys, here we are. We are at grocery pickup. I have checked in and let them know that I'm here, so I'm just waiting for them to bring out my groceries. I don't know about you, but I completely let my fridge basically run out of fresh stuff before we leave for vacation because I don't like it sitting around the house and just getting older when I'm not going to use it. So I pretty much ran our house out of everything that we normally use. And so getting to the grocery store and getting fresh groceries is one of my first priorities when I come back. It's just easier. You know, I feel like obviously when you're on vacation, you're treating yourselves to meals that aren't as healthy as what you're probably trying to eat at home. And so getting back to that like ritual and schedule of being on a meal plan and eating healthier stuff starts with actually having those things in your house. So groceries is always something that I address. I actually placed my grocery order as we were driving home. We had like a 3-hour drive, so there was time to fit in something to do. So I picked out what meals I wanted to make and placed my grocery order on the way home. And this is the morning after. So I am just here picking up my order. And it's so great to do pickup. I don't even have to go in the store. Make it easy. And obviously, the best part about grocery pickup is hitting Starbucks afterwards. It's like my reward, my treat for being an adult and picking up my groceries. So I'm in the Starbucks line. And a Starbucks drink is on its way to me. Kind of a nice way to like relax into getting ready to go again. Kind of, you know, a little small, tiny treat while we get my life together. Sounds good. Let's get some coffee. I'm so excited about this. All right, so we've got our coffee, and my favorite Starbucks drink, in case you're wondering, you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you, is an iced grande skinny vanilla latte with only 2 pumps of the sugar-free vanilla. Yes, iced life for me, no matter what. That's just where I am. Got my coffee, and it's time to get these groceries put away. Let's do it. right, now that you're caught up with heading to the grocery store to pick up groceries, I'm actually in the middle of cooking dinner for the night. You can see that on the stove over there. So I've got chicken on the stove with some rice, and then a sheet pan of roasted veggies and cashews for a little stir fry meal for the night. So my groceries are put away. As you can see, I got ready and working on cooking dinner now. So now I will also be able to make my lunch for work with all of the fresh veggies that I just got at the store. Again, we treated ourselves to eat whatever we wanted over vacation, and now it's time to get back onto a regular schedule. So I'm gonna be making myself a salad and packing that for lunch, and then my chicken stir fry for both of us for dinner. I'm gone over dinner hour a lot, so I do a lot of meal prep in the morning to make sure that meals are ready for my husband when he gets home. I just did a whole video on my meal prep, so go ahead and link that up above so that you can check that out. In addition to all the food prep that's happening in the kitchen, I am working on this ginormous pile of laundry. I think that's the other thing. It just piles up while you're gone. And we all had to go back to work. My husband needed clean work pants. I need clean clothes so that I can go to work. And so I immediately started doing laundry last night. What I did was wash all of our bedding. We use the same bedding up at the cabin that we use here at home. And I always like to wash it when we come back. So last night, the priority was just getting the bedding done. So that's done. And now I'm working on all of the clothes. So getting the laundry back to working order is a huge priority for me when we come back from a trip. So that's what I'll be doing. All right, guys, let's talk unpacking for a sec. I know how tempting it is to not unpack right away, especially when you go on like a really long trip. There's a lot to unpack, right? There's a lot to do. Considering the time of the year, that it's the summer of 2020 and that no one's actually taking real trips right now, I'm going to go ahead and assume if you are taking anything, it's not a huge long trip. It's a short trip. So I'm going to give you the advice you probably don't want to hear, which is unpack right away. We did. Last night, we got everything out of the car and I just started. I put my hair up in a bun. I got a nice fun beverage. I just started unpacking everything. I put all the dirty clothes in the laundry so that they were ready to go. I, put away all of our clean stuff. And like the hair and the beauty products, which is also like a lot to do. But luckily with that stuff, you kind of have to use it pretty quickly thereafter. So you got to get it back where it needs to be. But nothing is going to make you feel unsettled and unprepared like a bunch of laundry sitting around with your suitcase open and stuff strewn all about. And then you have no idea like where all your stuff is. Is it clean? Where is it? Did I even remember to bring it home? Things like that. I'm really sorry about the shoddy camera work here. My arm is like dying. I didn't bring my tripod in here. But anyway, you get the picture. It just is going to make you feel so unsettled if all of your stuff isn't clean, if you don't know where it is, if it's lying about in your room, and like the visual clutter, I feel like creates mental clutter. When you have physical clutter, like even though you may not realize it, subconsciously in the back of your mind, you feel disorganized and you feel like something's not right and not where it's supposed to be. So if you can, unpack as soon as you can to sort of get yourself back into real life mode. So I've talked a lot about sort of physical organization, reorganizing your physical space with like food and laundry and unpacking and stuff like that. But there is certainly a lot of mental unpacking that sort of has to happen when you get ready for a new week, when you come back from vacation. And so I'm going to spend a good amount of time here with my planner and just catch myself up. So I'm going to go ahead and look at last week and all of the things that didn't, get done last week, transfer what needs to be transferred over to this week, get myself clarity on what my schedule is like this week, what I'd like to get done this week, when am I going to do that, all that kind of stuff. I have a lot of plan with me videos that you might find really helpful. This would be like a weekly planning session for me, so I'll go ahead and link one of those videos up above. But essentially, I just need to get myself caught up with what the heck is going on in my world this week. So that's what I'm going to be doing at this point, getting into the planner, getting it all sorted and organized. Your planner exists to serve you as a tool to kind of help you stay focused and move forward. And so that is exactly why this is time very well spent for me. So I'm going to get in and do that. And then last but not least, I did want to share one of the other things that I did last night. So as much as I want to be an advocate for work-life balance, as much as I want to encourage you that your worth doesn't get wrapped up into your work and that there is more to you and more to your life than work, I also live in a realistic world where I have demands on my time because of work, and I'm sure that you do too. When you come back from vacation, all of those emails and to-dos and planning and organizing that you usually accomplish towards the end of the week or the beginning of the first week or the beginning of the next week, there's some catch up that has to happen with work. And so last night, once we were all unpacked, we were sitting in the recliner having some dinner, we turned on a game, and I got out my work computer and I answered my emails. I didn't answer all of them, but I at least cleaned them up and responded to enough of them so that I didn't feel so much anxiety about being so far behind. And I want to live in a realistic place. I want to show realistic things here on this channel. I don't want it to ever be fake. I want it to be authentic. And so I did spend a good amount of time last night catching up on my work emails. And again, balance is something that's really hard to find, and you are more than your work. And I made sure that I gave to myself as well last night. So not only did I work on my work emails, but I also made sure I had some time to kind of prep and plan for life things also. But the truth of the matter is, the reality of the life is that I spent time last night going through my work emails and just feeling like I'm not so far behind so that I could start today and start this week when I go into work with a bit clearer of a mindset. So I did just want to share that that was something that I also did too. It made me feel a ton better. And that's just the truth of it. It made me feel so much less anxious. So I did want to include that tip in here in case that's a situation for you. Take what you need from these tips and leave the rest. But that was actually something that I did, so I wanted to include it too. There you have it. That is my video on how to prepare your life after you get home from some time away. I hope that you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. I am back for another video on Monday and then Thursday so that you can keep up with us and all of the things that we've got going on here, all the great content that I'm going to be putting out about planning and organizing and productivity and goal getting. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.